this is the big one coming up next. England 2-1 up in the series. They'll want to carry that momentum forward. Of course, there's lots of talk about the flip of the coin, but someone, either India or England, have to find that right formula. Michael, I'll come to you. As the camp who are ahead, you'll obviously want to say that, yes, we are ahead, but all it takes is India to win a toss, be 2-all, and then it's down to the last one.
Yeah, and you wouldn't back against that. You only have to look at the victories by the teams batting second. They've been very comfortable, 8 wickets, 7 wickets, 8 wickets. It's just a stroll in the park when you bat second, or it seems to be. England won't make many changes. I don't think they'll have any sympathy for India. They won't start playing 5 or 6 players that have been sat on the bench. They want to win this series and give themselves a big boost going into that World Cup later in the year. Maybe Mark Wood rests again if that bruised heel is still sore. Maybe Tom Curran. They will try and get Moeen Ali a game or two, but I don't think that'll be in the T20 series. I think that'll be more so in the 50-over series. Owen will be desperate to win this series, so I don't think England will change too much.
But just staying with you for a moment, Michael, if you had to get Moeen Ali in, would it be instead of Sam Curran, assuming Mark Wood is playing?
Yeah, but Sam is, he's that left arm angle, offering that Owen Morgan likes, and all captains around the world in T20 cricket just like that option of having a left armer. It's just being nice to Moeen really by giving him a game. There's no science and there's no system that you've seen in the 3 games to think that England need to go to Moeen Ali on these pitches. It's not been required. You kind of put into your mindset, would India prefer to be facing an off spinner or someone bowling heavy into the surface like they have done for the previous 3 games? England have gone in with 5 seamers. They don't all bowl 4. They kind of rotate it around. Ben Stokes bowls a couple, Sam bowls a Southern, and then you've got Chris Jordan, you've got Joffrey, you've got Mark Wood. The Indian players like to face off spin, so I think we might have to wait for a couple more games, maybe for the 50-over series before we see Moeen Ali.
Well, the big one then is for India. 2-1 behind in the series. Already the KL Rahul issue pretty much has been put to bed, so we won't even talk about that. We'll keep him in the 11 for now, Zaheer. But would you like another bowling option, perhaps? Can we get Akshar Patel in to maybe weave a little bit of that turn that he did in the red soil? I know it's not Test cricket anymore, but is that a possibility?
Well, 6th bowling option is a luxury, but I don't see it as an issue in this particular series. I think this series, like I said, is going to be decided by the bat, and with that kind of a lookout, you would want to just figure things out in terms of how to get those runs on board. So I don't see any changes. I think what Virat was mentioning in the post-match chat as well, it's just around that, the body language, how you're going to approach the this mighty England side, how you're going to find ways of dealing with their tactics. England has been using bowlers just 1 over 2 over spells. That there's not been a longest spell for you to line up. So how can you counter that? Those kind of things are going to be taking the center stage than figuring what is the playing 11. I think the playing 11 they're sorted with. It's just maybe a tinker here there, but more so around the approach, more so around the planning, more so around the mindset will be the focus before the next game, I feel.
Michael, just to conclude on India, would you concur with that? The one thing you pointed out was tinkering with the batting order. 3 matches, 3 different opening combinations.
Well, Virat Kohli has to bat 3. You talk about Josh Buttler getting as many balls as possible. Surely Virat has to be 3 to get as many as he possibly can. Ishan Kishan, I would put him to open the batting with Rohit Sharma. I'd move KL Rahul into that middle. I think Virat's absolutely right about the body language. For India to be really competitive, particularly if they have to do it the hard way by bowling second, they've got to be really aggressive. You've got to be on top of the England side. You've got to be really walking in hard. And when you get the ball in hand, you've got to go searching wickets in those first 6 overs. That is pretty much the basics of T20 cricket. It's not easy because the pitch clearly gets better. I think the best thing Virat can do for the next game, forget the team, just win the toss.